All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pick Six Fantasy Podcast, where I'll just be talking about my parlay breakdown and the Bills game log and report today. So let's get right to it. All right, not gonna lie, thoughts on this parlay? It was bad. I have to be better. I thought, National Tight Ends Day, Dak, like I said in last video, was either going to be up early or down bad. And he was down bad and he did absolutely nothing. Ferguson didn't even catch a ball, didn't even get a look today, didn't even have to turn his neck. He could have stayed in Dallas and did the same exact job. McCaffrey, unfortunate, they were down a lot. They were playing catch up. They were reading him because he was the number one option. Kittle was there, but nothing was really going for that San Fran offense. The May 200 yards hit and the Tampa Bay line hit, but it was just unfortunate. We'll be back better. We got to be back better and that's just in general. And even the 3 game picks, London with a surprise inactive, I think ruined the parlay at its start. It just decimated everything. I think it decimated the entirety of the parlay, and Bijan had eyes all over him all game and got shut down by Miami's defense, which was pretty shocking. And Daniel Jones, when Jonathan Taylor scores 3 touchdowns every game, it's really hard for him to get a little bit of spotlight. So it's got to be better next week. Maybe Thursday we'll be back with a nice 4 or 5 leg parlay here for you guys. And it's just got to be better. But on to the Bills game report. This game for the Buffalo Bills ended 40-9, beating the Carolina Panthers on the road after the bye week. Sean McDermott moves to 9-0 after the bye week, and Josh Allen moves to 8-0 after the bye week. Josh Allen did not really throw the ball that much, 12 for 19, 163 in the air, and 1 passing touchdown, was sacked twice, but did score 2 on the ground with 2 QB sneak touchdowns. The main performer of this Bills team was, of course, James Cook, 216 rushing yards, averaged 11.4 each run, and 2 touchdowns with a long of 64. He played absolutely unreal today. Nothing really going for us in the in the first. And the second, we kind of picked it up towards the end of the half. But the real reason for this offense today was James Cook. But my concern is going into Chiefs week, going into whatever other week we're heading into, we have no pass game. And if Joe Brady wants to keep calling these sweet dink and dump plays, and listen, I love Khalil Shakir. That 250-yard touchdowns today was impressive. But if it wasn't for such a fan, Khalil Shakir's hips are the best in the league. He is phenomenal with the yards after catch. I think with you take him out of that play, any other receiver will probably just get just the first down there, maybe 15 yards more. But because it was Khalil Shakir, he did a fantastic job of getting loose and getting the job done to get in the end zone. But we do need a wide receiver, a true wide receiver, one that can get deep, that can make Josh Allen feel confident with throwing downfield. He did not throw downfield at all today. And yes, he did sit the fourth quarter, but it doesn't explain why, besides that Shakir play was a 12, 15-yard throw, I think, to Kincaid. And 23-yard catch to Dalton Kincaid. That was his only catch of the day. Not a lot of love for the Bills tight ends today on National Tight End Day. About a combined 40 receiving yards for all 3 of them. But yeah, in the end, they just have to be better on the passing game. And at the start of the game, they were flat, only 3 points in that first quarter, and they have to do better. But the defense, fantastic. A really, really, really big bounce-back game for Bobby Babich, the defensive coordinator. Off the bye week, took some time with his guys, spent time in the film room, I assume, to get the job done. 2 forced fumbles and a huge, huge, huge interception by A.J. Epinesa. He has the most interceptions, tied for the most at 3 in his career for a defensive end in NFL history. I don't know the names of the other 2, but he is up there with some company with 3. But besides that, Looking at the stats here, Michael Hueck making his debut. He played fantastic. Bosa played pretty good. Dorian Williams, stepping in for the injured Bernard while he was limited on snaps. It was really, really good today. Bernard, I don't even think touched the field, maybe a play or two, but Dorian Williams did a great job, and Shaq Thompson, revenge game against his former team, did a great job as well. All in all, defense played well. I believe, we've lost Ed Oliver for the year. Buffalo have lost Ed Oliver for the year. He had something with his bicep. He'll be out for about 10 weeks, and he's going to miss some time, probably looking at playoffs, if anything, maybe even, worst comes to worst, AFC Championship game, but that's even if Buffalo fix up and get there. It is a very convincing win, but it is against Carolina without Bryce Young. So, take the win, deserving win by a deserving amount of points and move on, and that's pretty much it. They really have to find a way to perfect that passing game. And, Allen sacked twice. I do think those are two self-inflicting sacks on Allen. Yes, he couldn't find anybody downfield. He couldn't find a dump option. My option, he's out of the pocket, throw the damn ball away. You got to get that ball away. Keep yourself clean. Keep yourself away from that turf and just stay up and throw that ball. Listen, if you got to lose the down and get a nice field goal option for Prater, then do so. No problem. But that's pretty much it for that offense. I think a DJ Moore, a long shot is Jalen Waddle. Brian Thomas Jr. is coming into the mix of being a trade option. I don't know why Jacksonville want to trade him, but it blows my mind that I think a first and maybe a little bit more would be enough. I don't know if I would want to trade Keon Coleman at this point. He, as well, was kind of non-existent until Trubisky came into the game, and Carolina's defense was kind of backup defense was on the field. But, these receivers either have to be doing a better job, or Joe Brady has to, dig deep in his bag. I don't know how deep his bag is, like other offensive coordinators or offensive specialists around the league that are doing pretty well, like the Colts, we could say the Chiefs, we could say even the Lions, right? A bunch of teams that are digging deep into their bag, using their wide receiver ones and twos and even their tight ends, a little mix of their running backs, and getting the job done with convincing wins. But even though it's a convincing win, the pass game has to be fixed, and hopefully we can get a wide receiver one by the end of this trade deadline to, push us here, because the defense can only do so much, and this team is cursed. We're dropping like flies, so we have to find a way to stay healthy, or hopefully one of the other sides of either offense or defense gets it done and wins us games. But that's pretty much it for this week's report. Parlays didn't go our way. Bills get the W. On to Kansas City at home in Buffalo next week. And Thursday night, or possibly even tomorrow night, stay tuned for a nice parlay that'll hopefully get us back on track. Have a great rest of the day. Go Bills.